also the wedding present. The wedding present will be playing at Middleton Civic Centre, or Civic Hall, Middleton Civic Hall, this evening. A one-off concert, really, the only concert that they're doing in Manchester on this particular Ukrainian tour. You will hear more, everything will become clear later in the show. Local lads, really, from Middleton. Middleton's a bit of a rock and roll capital now, isn't it? You've had the Chameleons from Middleton. You've had the Mock Turtles are from Middleton as well.
Genesis, Peter Gabriel. They're all from around there, aren't they? Very famous place.
You'll have to lean in a bit closer to your mic, Mr. Gedge.
The clean radio, I forgot. Yeah. Mics don't work proper.
No, you've got to get in close and cosy so that you can exude warmth to the listeners.
Yeah.
I should introduce people.
I'm getting too near to you, though, Terry. Put me off.
David Gedge, a Manchester lad from Middleton, lead vocalist of the wedding present, guitarist. Peter Solowka, who plays...
What does he do? They always stumble on that point, don't they?
He plays...
breaks down, doesn't it? Yeah.
He plays the accordion, doesn't he?
I suppose so, sometimes, yeah.
My chest and walk around on stage.
That's what he's playing at it. Guitarist, aren't you?
Now and again, yeah.
Hey, there you go. You see, I knew. I'm just pretending to have this blank look on my face. And Len Liggins, who isn't in the wedding present, really.
That's right, that's why I'm here
but is
tonight.
making a special guest appearance.
Yeah. To find out why he didn't play his records.
Yeah.
But actually, were you down here yesterday playing with the men who couldn't hang?
That's right, I wasn't down there yesterday at all.
No, you weren't.
It wasn't me.
No, because they were waiting for a fiddle player to come up from down south. No. And I thought it might have been you.
No, afraid not.
You know, come up and play a couple of gigs.
No, every question's asked you so far.
It wasn't me. What are you going to talk about now, Terry?
It was no, wasn't it? Even when the microphones were on.
Yeah, no, it wasn't me.
Could have been no, because that's so forgetful. Just misses appointments all the time. So
yeah.
So play a track off that Ukrainian mini LP then, Terry.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought we'd do something a bit more interesting than
that.
Because
you forgot it. Haven't you?
Hey, look, somebody borrowed it off me.
So they say.
And they've not bought it. But luckily enough, I was organised enough to make sure that you bought your musical instruments today. Wasn't I?
So they say, yeah.
Which did you actually learn to play one of them when you were a kid, David?
This mandolin?
Yeah.
Yesterday, we went with it.
I've been playing it about 3 months since Peter bought it and said, if we can do these radio interviews, you should learn one of these mandolins to play.
How be easy to play if you can play the guitar?
They're alright, the frets are a bit little, so it's quite hard to get your fingers on sometimes.
It's like playing past the 12th fret all the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Top of your fretboard.
It's probably easier than playing sort of these things. Yeah, it's probably easier to learn than it is to play the violin, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Why did you actually decide to do this Ukraine? I mean, I know you've talked about it a lot. I mean, you did it. Yeah, because I don't know. I mean, there's all kinds of folk music you would like to hear, but Ukrainian folk music, you know, it's like...
You wouldn't like to hear.
There's a bit of an implication that, isn't it?
Well, it does. It all sounds a bit dull, you know. It's sort of.
Well, thanks very much, sorry.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, I don't mean that.
Really interesting as well.
I don't mean that. I mean, as an idea, you know. I mean, it sound. I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't sound very exciting and full of life and vibrancy. What I'm saying is that, as an idea in the first place, it isn't something that makes you think, oh, wow, great.
Well, perhaps it is if you've grown up with it, which is what I've done, you know, because my dad's Ukrainian. I always laugh when I say that. I got to say it every interview now. You used to grow up with the music, you grew up with the culture and customs,
and the shirt.
And the shirt, yeah.
Ukrainian collar. See that collar?
Because you can't see on the radio.
See that, viewers?
Well embroidered. Yeah, it's just a matter of doing it in a different way, innit? You grow up with the ideas and just put them to electric guitars and bass and drums and stuff, see what happens.
And what has happened so far?
Don't know. Done a few gigs.
Do people actually enjoy it at your gigs? You know, when they turn up, you do a set of your own numbers, and then you do the Ukrainian set.
There's pogoing, which is a quite strange sight.
Oh, yeah.
You play folk music and half people are jumping up and down in the air like the Sex Pistols.
You can get a bit of stage diving.
Oh yeah, it's in East Anglia, and it's the hardcore centre of Britain apparently. They're all stage diving, really. It's some really spectacular things there. We get quite a few sort of proper Ukrainians going, don't we? Like old people, and old ladies at the back. So I'm getting excited about it. Well, if they get excited.
Do they actually enjoy your set when you do the wedding present stuff?
No. I think they walk out then.
The old ones do, yeah.
Yeah, so
Right. You've got to give a kind of Nana Muscori intro then to the number that you're going to do now. You know, sort of, this is about a little shepherd boy.
What?
Explain it in Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Explain it in Ukrainian. What, this song?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
explain that. I'll explain it in English if you want.
Yeah, explain it in English. Go on, you explain it, Peter.
It's a song called Oi Divchino, which means "Oh Girl."
That's the Middleton accent.
Original, isn't it?
Oh, you Divchino.
Middleton Ukrainians say it like this. Oi Divchino, it's about, just means "Oh Girl." It's an ode by a Cossack to a girl that he fancies. That's fair, isn't it?
Yeah, fair enough. Right.
Start with in tune then.
Yeah. There goes.
Hey, short and to the point.
Right.
It's not the full song.
Did it take much? Did he have to talk you into it, quite hard, David? Saying, look, we've got to do this. This is a happening thing.
I suppose he didn't talk into it quite hard, he was just persistent. He kept picking these tapes out of these Ukrainian folk records, and I kept saying, no, it's rubbish. But in the end, we just did a session for one of your national competitors.
Yeah, I've never heard of the guy.
And we thought it was alright, so we did another one, and then it came out on the record. RCA wanted to put it out, so...
I mean, it's been a long time coming, the Ukrainsky Vystupa album.
P, I think, isn't it?
P.
Vystupa.
Stupid.
Oh,
That's because Red Rhino went out of business, who used to distribute our own label, and we went on RCA then, so it was something we could do. But it's been quite fortunate in some ways, because it means we could do a tour, because it was going to come out in October, and we'd too busy to do a tour, so it's been quite good. It's a chance, it's the only chance we've had to play gigs. We had a bit of time, so we thought we'd play it live.
I mean, it's actually charted, hasn't it, in the album charts?
So they tell me, yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Quite high up, I mean. Is it doing better than the wedding present stuff did?
Oh yeah, I think so, yeah. It's the highest charts we've moved around, I think.
It is, yeah, definitely.
Maggie, did you think that you're at the stage now where whatever you would have put out next would have done really well?
I suppose, yeah, I mean, a lot of it was probably due to RCA's mighty hyping machinery or whatever, but...
I think if it was our normal stuff, I think there's a good chance it would have done as well, probably better.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was actually thinking, I mean, you didn't really need RCA, did you? Let's face it, at the end of the day.
I suppose not, no, but, I mean, it's not a disadvantage being an RCA by any means.
Yeah, just carry on.
Sorry, you got a bit of words to do now, have you, Teddy?
Yeah, you get your record out.
Well, Teddy's carry on trying to do his job. We're filling with a bit of chat.
Yeah, I just thought we'd intersperse it with this. One of your records.
I'll cue it up, though, first.
Nobody's twisting your arm. The wedding present, Nobody's Twisting Your Arm, and special guests on the show. They'll be playing live in a minute. Another Ukrainian folk song taken from their Ukrainsky Vystupa album on RCA Records. They'll be in the studio playing that. I can't remember what I was saying for the life of me, but in about another 2 minutes' time. Terry Christian on Key 103. Sunday afternoon, a little live music in the studio from members of the wedding present. Peter Solowka on accordion. David Gedge, who's sitting this one out. Do you not know this one?
I don't know this one, no.
He only knows 3 chords and a mandolin. We're not playing them.
This has got minor chords in it, you see, so I've had it, really.
No folk in his soul. And Len Liggins, special guest star. Do you get paid much by the wedding present when you do these gigs?
Tons, yeah.
No, but I mean...
Very kind.
Yeah.
Do you have to shove him... How much does he... Is it MU rates and all that?
Don't come cheap at all. A lot of perks as well. Top hotels.
This is it. Lots of curries.
Right.
You can eat and drink for the whole week.
Yeah.
And all those massive audience, the adoration,
This is it, you see.
the people. So what we're going to have now? Another piece of soundtrack music from Tara's Bulba. Hey, that was a good film, though, wasn't it? That. Or was it Tara Bulbas?
Taras Bulba.
Bulba.
Brunner and Tony Curtis.
Yeah. Hey, Tony Curtis, what an actor! Fantastic, wasn't he? He looked like a Cossack, though, didn't he?
I don't know. That's right. Yul Brynner looks the best one now.
But I thought it was really good how both the Cossacks and the Poles spoke English. They broke down all those barriers, didn't they?
Well, they all do over there anyway, don't they? It's a make a difference.
Yeah. And then
Films.
they had a good laugh together, didn't they?
Slapping each other on the back all the time.
Dancing over the bear pit. I liked it. I like that film.
You've seen it quite recently.
Hey, I loved that film.
Because I tell you every week, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it is an epic, a 60s epic. And I mean, you always watch that and you thought, until then you thought laughter was a great leveller. But not as effective as the plague in that film, is it? You know, it's got a message in it, definitely.
I think you've lost me in, actually.
Right, I've lost my own. Come on, introduce this one and then play it.
Called Vzyv By Banduru. That's when I pick up the bandura.
Yeah.
Right, that, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Fairly good.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Banduru nastroju zabrał, ścioby holos pisni, dole bez lunał, ścioby holos pisni, dole bez lunał.
Hey, fantastic. It was short, wasn't it? Stop it.
He wasn't listening, listeners.
Hey, look, they keep picking on me. It's not fair. There's 3 of you have come in, you know, like if it was just one of you, I'd have given you a right hard time, let me tell you. Especially with one of you being Ukrainian as well. we had a couple of Ukrainian kids in our school.
Now. It's like what you at school Ukrainians, wasn't you?
Hey, candidates for a group kicking, every one of them. Take my word for it.
They still are, funny enough. In our group as well.
Yeah, I keep. Have you actually been over there?
No.
Could you go?
Don't know. Probably, yeah.
I mean, with all this perestroika and what have you could actually go and do a tour, couldn't you?
If people wanted us there, I suppose, yeah. I'm not sure they do.
Well, Pop Will Eat Itself went, didn't they? If they wanted them, they'll want anyone. Hey?
Went to Leningrad, was it? Can't remember.
Yeah, it's still the Soviet Union, though, isn't it?
Ooh.
All the same, innit, you know? New York, London, Paris, it's the West, innit?
Hey, look, don't start getting lippy with it. I understand all the historical significance and all that kind of thing.
Tell us some of it then. Tell us some of it
Explain
then.
to us then.
Hey, I could tell you some of it. It'd just blow your mind, though, Len.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You'd probably do
Very easy thing to do, that.
You would probably do a concept album about it. This Boy Can Wait, The Wedding Present, one of their old ones, and Peter Solowka, David Gedge, with special guest Len Liggins in the studio of The Wedding Present. Actually, Len, you're not really a member of The Wedding Present, are you?
Only this week and last week and...
Guesting on the
Occasionally.
Ukrainian tour.
Yeah.
I was reading in one of the music papers that you were ripping down the displays at one of your concerts that RCA Records are putting up of all the Ukrainian gear. Why was that?
It's quite a strange situation actually because normally I have full control of everything that that's done on our behalf, but they never actually consulted us about that, and they just assumed that we'd like it. And we got to these gigs, there's these like sort of massive displays. It's just pictures of sleeves and the posters and that. It just looks so stupid, tacky, and it's like you're trying to sort of sell people things, It's just like it's equivalent to junk mail, I think, for your letterbox. So we took it down, and then but it was too late. The order had gone to all the different places. So every gig there was a sort of a display that I had to take down.
Do you actually have much merchandise for sale at your gigs?
Oh, we do, but it's our own stuff that we sort of design ourselves and sell it ourselves and that.
Do you manage to make much money off the merchandise now?
Not as much as we could do, because I know like some groups, like Marillion or something, probably make more money out of merchandise than they do out of record sales. But we tend to keep our prices low, being the nice lads that we are.
Why?
Well, we're making enough money to sort of survive. I don't see why we have to split people off. I went to see New Order at GMX, that thing, a couple of weeks ago, and it's about sort of 12 quid for a t-shirt or something. That must be, a 300% profit.
Easily, yeah. If we can make money selling them for about 5 or 6, I'm sure 12 quid's a bit ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, they sell more than as well, so like their overheads are going to be less, aren't they? A bit business like this, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but it's all very interesting stuff.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
People wonder where you get the hackers from. Obviously, it's not just from playing gigs and doing, making records. Everybody always says that when they tour, they lose money. How do you actually lose money doing a tour? Because if I'm going along to see a band, then I've paid like 6 or 7 quid or 5 quid for the ticket, and there's another, 1,500 people there or 1,000 people there like me. I'm wondering, well, how come this band's losing money if they're getting this many people in every night and they're all paying as much money as I am to see
That's
them?
What we used to think until we started looking into it. And you find out people just like sort of get on hire tour managers to sort of like do really menial things, like to do sort of like drive people to Piccadilly Radio to do an interview and things like that, and then they pay vast amounts of money every week, and you have these massive tour coaches with videos and drinks cabinets and stuff, and it's just ridiculous. And we sort of get by with just us, one roadie, sound engineer and a driver, and it's all you need really. And as long as you do it yourself, all the tour managing yourself, like so Peter does the contracts, don't you, and the gigs and everything.
I'm haggling.
He goes,
at the end of the day, my job.
And Simon books the hotels, our drummer, so do we stay in, bed and breakfasts and things, and I just sit there doing nothing really.
Protecting yourself from the clamorous public.
Collecting the knickers off the stage that people have thrown in.
Well, actually, I heard that did happen. That was in the music page.
I pay him to do it, actually. It's quite good.
Now, is it quite embarrassing though for you? Are you reluctant?
What do you think if I got a pair of my underpants out and threw them at you?
Well, they're not always clean, Ben. New ones,
I would think you were trying to tell me something.
Yeah.
Please wash my underwear.
I suppose it is.
Please wash my underwear for me.
Yeah. Do they not bring, an extra pair to do that?
I think so, yeah, actually, because the pairs that I've had that have not been completely clean, they've actually been so dirty that I can't imagine people actually wearing them. They like got cement on them and things like that. I think they probably found them in the street or something.
I thought that all your audience would be rather earnest, student-y types, and I wouldn't have thought that you'd have got groupie, the groupie mentality attracted there, because I would have thought that most of the women that you would have got to your concerts would have wanted you to respect them for their brains.
I don't think we have got groupies, really. If we have got groupies, they haven't made themselves known to us yet.
No, not really.
I think it's a bit of a joke, really. It's like Tom Jones or something. It's a bit of a parody.
Oh, right.
That's what I think, anyway.
What, the fact that people do it to you?
Yeah.
But now with RCA, things could get... I mean, I know RCA have difficulty, or have in the past, including people like David Bowie, breaking British artists over in the United States of America.
Yeah.
But have they got quite high hopes for you?
Well, I suppose they would. As they wouldn't have signed us. I'm not sure myself if we would ever make a lot of success in America, because I do think we're a bit English sounding. Like most of the groups that get big in America are quite rocky and that, and we're not so much that.
Imagine, I mean, you've got quite a distinctive guitar sound, and they're very much into guitar music at the moment in the States.
Yeah, I suppose so. R.E.M. are quite big, I guess, aren't they?
Yeah. Quite big. Well, I was actually comparing you with R.E.M., to be quite honest with you. But yeah, I would have definitely thought that out of the sort of British indie bands, so to speak, who've gone on to majors, I would have thought that you'd have more of a chance of breaking in America than somebody like, let's say, Pop Will Eat Itself.
I just miss any sort of big in America, do you know?
Around the college circuit, they're supposed to be massive. I was talking to an American band called They Might Be Giants the other week, and they seem to reckon that all the college kids now in America are all sitting there picking the toenails and, you know what I mean, listening to Morrissey lyrics and dissecting them word by word.
Yeah. We get quite a few letters from America. I'll sort of see how it goes, really, I guess.
And phone calls.
Yeah.
Well, what do people ring you up to say?
What you doing, basically. Just like, when's your next record out?
Why did you call your LP George Best?
Yeah.
Do they not know who George Best is in the States?
No, I've never heard of him.
Yeah, it's quite strange.
Say, it looks like he's a soccer player.
A soccer player?
Yeah.
What an odd bunch, aren't they?
Strange country, innit?
They, in more ways than one. We'll go into that later. First, this is an old one. It's worth 20 quid, you just said.
Something like that, yeah.
Once more, the wedding present. The wedding present once more. And the members of the wedding present in the studio, guitarist Peter Solowka.
I think they know by now.
Eh?
I think they know by now.
Somebody might have just tuned in. And David Gedge, the enigmatic, charismatic, hunky sex symbol. Rock god, I was going to say. Look, I mean, I would never put you down. Everybody always says that you're a Leeds band, and yet, you're both from Manchester, aren't you? You and Peter. You right there.
Right.
So why is that? I mean, it's
I was born in Leeds, and we went to Leeds University, so it was based in Leeds, really. Keith to Geordie, actually. Only one time if you talk to him, he talks really posh, doesn't he?
Strange that. Just where he was born, and he's spent his life moving around everywhere, so he hasn't really got an accent, Keith.
Yeah, what, is he the posh member of the band?
Well,
I was going to say...
Well, he went to one of them funny schools.
But, I mean, you're all like, university boys, aren't you?
Yeah, sharp.
Well, I would have thought that...
Second brainiest group in rock.
I would have thought that you...
After Queen.
I would have thought you'd have been posh, but I mean... Because not many people from Middleton must go to university, must they?
No, I don't know if there's many, actually, yeah.
Just admit. Not enough, some might say.
Because it's still... Are you actually a working class lad, David?
Oh, I can't imagine so, yeah. My parents work, and
So, obviously, no.
I'm under the impression that I'm a working class lad, yeah. But I don't know what it means.
That was just a blank stare. I thought you were going to come in and say something really devastatingly funny then.
No.
But I can see that you're not going to bother breaking the habit of a lifetime, are you?
No, I'm really, really tired, so not on form today, I'm afraid.
A dour Eastern European type, is that what you are?
Dour semi-Eastern European.
Semi-Eastern European. Are you quite surprised at how well the Ukrainian stuff's going down with everyone?
I'm surprised that people have been dancing to it as much as they have, yeah. I thought people would turn up sort of curiously and sort of look at it and think, what is this? And then go away again. Maybe some of them have been disappointed, perhaps some of them are, but people really seem to dance to it over the time.
Are there any like show, like you get Irish show bands over here, and you get a lot of Asian groups as well, like Alap and Premi. I suppose they're more on the pop end of the market, the sort of Punjabi pop music and everything. But they do really, really well, make very good money. Is there a gap in the market for a sort of Ukrainian dance band, or do they already exist?
There are Ukrainian bands around, yeah.
There's one from Manchester, actually, isn't there?
Pardon?
There's some in Manchester, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a large community of Ukrainians in Manchester, about 600-700 families. And there's they have their own dance groups, but mainly they concentrate on playing to other Ukrainian clubs and maybe the odd theatre now and again for that sort of audience, the sort of thing that appears on Blue Peter now and again. There's very few Ukrainians who actually get the music and try and adapt it for with drums, bass and guitars with modern instruments. They stick to traditional things and the costumes and the dances. So so few, there's only 30,000 in Britain. It's very, very dispersed.
Have any of them actually, heard your stuff and said to you, Peter, you just can't cut it, man?
Or the equivalent in Ukrainian.
Eh?
Or the equivalent in Ukrainian.
Yeah,
At first we had some mixed reactions because the songs we play are not all strictly Ukrainian. There's quite a few Russian songs in there too. And I think some of the people who first heard us were quite concerned that we were sort of diluting Ukrainian culture again. But when we actually made it clear that what we wanted to do is just play songs that were good, it didn't really matter too much whether they were Ukrainian or Russian songs to us. Most of the ones we play are Ukrainian. I think they were quite happy with that. To realise that what we're out to do is just play music that's good.
Are they that culturally diverse, the Ukrainians and the Russians?
To an outsider, they don't seem very, no. But to someone who's from a Ukrainian background, they would say that they're very different. In fact, if you are Ukrainian, someone comes up to you and says, Ukrainian, that's Russian, isn't it? You spend most of your time just explaining the difference, which is a rather strange thing to do. To people who really feel strongly about it, it's like if you're a Scot saying, oh, it's English, isn't it? But everyone here would understand the difference. Most people in the Soviet Union would understand the difference too.
What, between the Ukraine? Well, I know, but I just thought, sort of basic things that you do, like painting Easter eggs and
that sort of stuff, yeah.
And having the dolls all pop inside one another.
That's Russian.
Yeah, it's not
the Easter eggs
Ukrainian.
is Ukrainian.
Don't they have dolls that do that in the Ukraine?
They probably have, but if they do, it's a Russian thing that's taken off. It's not.
So what do the Ukrainians have that the Russians don't, besides like nuclear disasters?
What do they have?
Chicken Kiev.
Chicken Kiev, that's a good one, isn't it?
Dynamo Kiev.
Yeah, good football teams.
Yeah.
Good football teams.
Especially Chicken Kiev. Good team, that.
And what?
Kiev.
They've got a national instrument of Andorra.
What's that?
It's a cross between a guitar and a harp, I suppose. Looks a bit like an ordinary guitar. It's got a big bulge on one side. There's loads of strings on the side, but that you actually pluck with your fingers, and there's another set of strings which you actually got a fretboard on. It's difficult to show on the radio, isn't it, really? No point in me doing this with my fingers.
Hey, no, it looks lovely. I can see it already. I can see the whole crowd going wild when you do. Have you got one of them to play?
No, I haven't. In fact, they're very hard to get hold of. There's a few people here in England who do them. It's the sort of thing you've got to order. It might cost £300 or £400 for an instrument. It's got very limited use apart from playing just traditional songs.
I mean, you're actually going around Europe, aren't you? Have you never toured Europe before as a wedding present?
Yeah, quite a few times, really. Been over the last 2 or 3 years, we've been...
About 6 times.
Yeah, quite a lot, yeah.
Where's the biggest market for you in Europe? Where do people tend to turn out?
You're oriented, you aren't you?
Eh?
Where's the biggest market?
Well, we've all got our aspirations. It's just that mine have died more times than Captain Scarlet. I need to know these things.
I think the place where the audience behaves most like they do in England is probably West Germany, isn't it?
Yeah.
Strangely
But
enough.
the next tour, as I was telling you before, it's quite strange because it's an Eastern Bloc tour. So we're going to sort of play Western music in Eastern Bloc after just playing a load of Eastern Bloc music to the West.
Some might call us mad.
Yeah, it'll look good on the press releases though in the future, won't it?
Yeah.
They'll be able to hype you up to the eyeballs. Will you not actually play any of your Ukrainian music when you go over there?
No, because Len's not coming.
Do you not want to go, Len?
He's not been asked.
I haven't been asked.
I'm sick of him now.
Well,
I've had
now,
him for 2 weeks.
now could be the time. Why don't you ask him nicely?
Because I had enough of him. He got around today and said, Len, we're going to pick you up at 1 o'clock from your house, take you to Manchester. Go there. No, Len.
I'll go to Pete's house.
He's gone somewhere. He's completely absent-minded. He must have absent-minded. He's got a really high IQ.
Highest IQ we tested is about 190. It's brilliant at doing things like crossword puzzles and all that sort of stuff. It's great. But he's got 2 things to remember. You'll forget one of them.
If you've got one thing to remember, you'll forget that, in fact.
50% chance you'll forget it.
Some of these professors that you see on television that absent-minded.
Oh, sorry, Len. It's getting embarrassed now.
Yeah, I get embarrassed.
True, though.
Are you a full-time musician, Len?
No chance. Can't play the violin to save my life. No, I'm not, no.
What do you do then in real life?
In real life?
Yeah.
The real world.
Oh my god.
What do you
I
do?
don't know, different things, different odds and bits all the time.
What, a bit of
Not very
brickying and a
informative,
bit
that is it? I don't know, various things.
What's your
Eat,
job?
get to sleep.
What's your job, though?
What's the last job you did then?
I'm a press officer for an environmental charity. That's interesting for you, isn't it?
It's good, that, isn't it?
It's like a quiz show, isn't it?
Terry Christian on Key 103 with special guests on today's programme, the wedding present David Gedge, Peter Solowka, and special guest who's touring with them on their Ukrainian tour, Len Liggins. The
I don't know why you
fiddler.
keep mentioning that, because he never says anything during interviews.
Yeah, but it's good. It just makes
Absolutely.
people realise that there's some atmosphere in this studio.
Big room as well, isn't it?
Hey, it's lovely.
It's the biggest room I've ever been. There's an interview for a radio programme, this. Definitely.
Decorated this kind of early Greek McDonald's.
Yeah, you got some nude women on the wall over there as well.
Hey, look, they're nothing to do with me. That's art. Anyway, it's not pornography.
Art or pornography?
Interesting question, that, isn't it? Yeah. What is art? What is pornography?
Well, what's the answer?
It's up to the individual, isn't it? It's up to your moral fibre.
In the eye of the beholder.
Right.
Chance for another copy, by the way.
Yeah, in a second you can have one. But you've got to just sit there, behave yourself for now. Well, you can nip out now if you want. Bring them back in a minute.
Good idea, isn't it?
He's not been contributing much, has he?
Not really, no. He never does, though.
What's the orders then?
He's the withered arm of the wedding present, that lad.
What's the orders?
Oh, chocolate. Hot chocolate, please.
With sugar, please.
Black with one sugar.
The food machine doesn't work
Bit
either.
laid back here, isn't it?
Well, no, it's just the kind of it. I mean, people don't realise that there's a lot of preparation of.
I bet it's not going out, is it? I bet it's just like talking to him.
Of course, it's going out.
practicing.
Do you want to say that you play in Middleton Civic Hall tonight, and it's sold out, so there's no point really plugging it.
Well, what's I've heard, I'm not sure. I mean, that's what Peter says. Is it sold out then, Peter? Definitely.
Aye.
Yeah,
But it might
there's
be
no
worth-
point coming if you haven't got a ticket.
Unless you want to stand outside.
And tout your ticket to people.
50 pence for it, wouldn't you, I suppose?
Double the face value. You signed with RCA now, and I was just asking you during the break whether they would be assigning a producer to you and all this kind of stuff, and changing your sound a bit, trying to commercialise it up, make it a bit more palatable for daytime radio.
I think they'd like to sort of make us more palatable for daytime radio, but in effect they can't because of the contract that we've got with them. And all they can do is actually suggest producers. And what we're actually going to do for this next LP that we're recording is going to use a producer who did George Best anyway. So it's our friend Chris Allison. So I mean, if there's changes in the sound, and I think there will be, and I hope there will be, because I want to make an LP that sounds like George Best again, because we've just done it. So it'll be our choice, though. Yeah.
Are they just all right about that then? RCA Records, they say, yeah, fine, go ahead.
Well, so far they've been really good. I mean, I've been literally sort of amazed because they've been really supportive of the Ukrainian stuff as well, and our sort of little foibles that we've got, which they wouldn't like take from a normal group. I don't know whether it's because it's still the honeymoon period. We just signed at the end of last year, and as they're trying to keep sweet with us. And it might get worse when, the sales figures.
But then again, wasn't the Ukrainian album quite a cheap album for them to put out?
No, it wasn't actually. It's dearer to make than the proper LP because of all the booklet in it and all the special paper and all the artwork. It cost a bomb, didn't it? We made them sell it at $4.99 as well. So I don't think they made much profit at all. But they sort of see it as a long-term sort of building thing, I guess.
Well, do you not see the wedding present as that anyway for yourself?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I think, why am I doing this? Like, it's quite a strange profession for a person approaching his 30s, and sometimes I think it's good fun, and I'll carry on as long as I like doing it, I suppose.
You have to.
It was, yeah. I'm getting hungry. So I say the food machine doesn't work here,
It's been broken all week and all last week as well. They keep getting blokes in to mend it. Change it anyway. Look, if you're not going to contribute anything,
Well, I'm not signed to RCA, am I? I'm a guest, so I'm not really for me to talk about RCA, is it?
Yeah, you've still got your principles. Haven't you?
This is it. I've still got my principles. Yeah, that's why they're getting rid of me. So.
Whereas you sold out because you were quite adamant that you wouldn't bother signing to a major label ever at one time, weren't you?
Well, it wasn't so much that we wouldn't sign to a major label. It's just we'd only sign to a major label if we could carry on working in the way that we do on our own label. And most major companies who sort of come up and offer you deals, they weren't willing to listen to the things that we wanted to say. We would sort of say there's like requirements we've got to have before we sign, and they'd just sort of come up with more money and think, oh well, it's just all they're doing is holding out for a few extra grand on on the advance sort of thing. But RCA were sort of the first company who actually sort of listened to what we said and took note of it, really. Because we talked to all the companies at some point, I think. I don't think there's one major company we haven't met over like last 3 years.
Did any of them make you really desultory offers?
What do you mean?
You know, really low offers. You know.
Well, the first ones did, because we weren't selling very many records then. So I mean, it's quite funny, this, isn't it? Getting bruised. I want chocolate. Sorry.
Chocolate. Mine not.
I think the first one was probably about £20,000 or something, and then it's got more and more as people literally thought that we're actually holding out for more money.
But you were just not really interested at that time.
No, we were interested, but the right deal didn't sort of appear.
So in other words, you were holding out for more money.
No, it's not the money you hold out for. It's the the control you've got over your own records, and what you can release and when you can release it, and things like that. It's far more important than the money.
I mean, it's been a recent thing, because even like bands like Led Zeppelin and everything had complete control over what they did, didn't they? You know, they just didn't want to release singles in this country, so they never did. I don't think. They maybe released 2 singles. Is that the kind of thing you want?
Well, it's an obvious thing to me. If you're in a band, it's a creative thing. You don't want somebody sort of having control of that creativity. Like, if you make a record, you don't want somebody saying, "Oh, well, it's okay, but we want to sort of turn the vocals down, or I'll change this guitar part before we release it." And some bands do have that sort of control over them, and we weren't prepared to do it. I mean, it just seems stupid to me. I'd sooner not do it. I'd sooner, if someone's going to tell me what to do, I'd sooner, get a job like you and get told what to do all the time.
No, I normally get told where to go, as opposed to what to do. That's really
exciting. The main clause is the best thing that I can see. I was really surprised they actually accepted it. Was if we make a recording which they think is uncommercial, we've got the right to take it somewhere else and release it independently if we want again. Which means you don't get the problem which I think the Chameleons had when they were on CBS. They actually make quite a few recordings, and because CBS didn't think they were commercial, they just held them back, and that they released in shreds all the rest of it, which is on the shelf.
But I always thought with a band like the Chameleons, who are also from Middleton, we ought to mention here, Dave, are they good mates of yours?
They weren't skilled with them. I know Mark and Dave and Reg. You were at infant school with Reg, in fact, weren't you?
Yeah. He's the age of 5. We don't see him that much these days. Maybe once or twice a year, maybe.
It's all one big happy family in rock and roll.
Incestuous happy family, some might say.
Yeah.
But I mean, I always thought with the Chameleons that they were being, sort of tagged around as going to be the new U2, and I thought that they could have been. I thought sometimes a lot of the heaviness and grunginess in their records was quite unnecessary, because they had
I think
good
they're better than
songs
U2 though. They write better songs for a start. The problem was more sort of the organisational side of it, I think. But yeah, it should have been a lot bigger.
Now they've got the Sun and the Moon now, haven't they, with Mark Burgess and everything, who aren't doing an awful lot, unfortunately.
I don't know. Well, they've only just started, haven't they, really? But same sort of thing. Same again. I think they're a good group. I'll be looking forward to see what happens.
Would you take a job with them if they said, "David, come and play guitar for us"?
No, because I think the wedding present's enough for a start. And if the wedding present's finished, I think I'd pack it in, to be honest, and go do something else.
What's your degree in? Because you've got a degree, haven't you?
Mathematics. I'm good at adding up. Well, I'm not actually good at adding up, am I? I'm terrible at adding up.
You get a big list of receipts, it's like looks at it for a split second and gives you the total.
Eisenstein's theory and all that, is it?
Eisenstein?
Yeah, is that not mathematics?
There's a Russian filmmaker.
Yeah. Battleship Potemkin.
What, can you actually follow the algebra of Einstein's theory of relativity?
I had a look at the... it's really boring, this, isn't it, Terry?
Hey, no, this is fascinating.
I had a look at the Einstein's theory of special relativity. It's just a small part of it. It just comes down to low differential equations. If anyone knows what a differential equation is.
Hey, but it's interesting, isn't it?
Partial differential equation.
Listen. If you're at home, right, and you play a guitar now, Mr. Gedge is an example of what happens when you get educated beyond your mental capabilities. Right. It's terrible, that, David.
Yeah.
So you won't be having any new wedding present stuff until autumn?
We haven't got time, to be honest, because we're going to this Eastern Bloc thing in May, and we've got to record it yet. That takes a few weeks, so
Will you be back to do the festivals in the summer?
No, we'll be recording this summer, and you're going away on holiday, aren't you?
Yeah.
Peter's going on holiday to...
Got roads.
Hey, it's very nice there.
It's down the road from Middleton, isn't it, in fact?
Yeah. Down the road. Park myself outside the 3 hours.
Thanks a lot for coming in, David.
It's alright. Longest
Len.
interview you've ever done on the radio, this. What was it, 45 minutes? Your bosses will be down. What are them funny lads you had in all day on Sunday?
Yesterday.
The view figures are dropping off.
I expect a free T-shirt for this.
You know what you should have done yesterday? You should have been yesterday evening working out his programme, the songs he was going to put on. You know, he was out, wasn't he? Having a good time.
Yeah.
And a few drinks, what if it was a good time? I'll stretch it out for an hour.
This has been one of their records now. Yeah. Don't have any program or anything down there.
I'm not always so stupid. Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for coming in. They've just gone. That's the wedding present. I'm not always so stupid. The wedding present, always referred to as a Leeds band, but they are, of course, hale and hearty from right here in Manchester. Well, in fact, from Middleton, the capital of rock and roll. Playing tonight at Middleton Civic Hall.